This is the John Brown Alliance, where we don't fear, we fight. Like and subscribe to this video. It costs nothing to subscribe, but if you like and subscribe, it reduces our reliability on sellouts like Jake Tapper and Joe Scarborough, and promotes independent media, and also protects the rest of us from any repercussions of telling the truth. Wow, what a week. But there's more to come. On the 14th of June, the mayor of Washington, D.C. has rolled out the red carpet for the very first pro-fascist parade on American soil, including the United States military. Yes, it's true. This parade is supposed to be to celebrate the anniversary of the Army or something like that, but it has been turned into a birthday party for Donald Trump. Now, everybody knows, or at least they should have known by now, that if you in any way grant any of the wishes of Donald Trump that are out of the norm, or something that you really don't have to do as a public official, once you do that, he owns you. Once you give him an inch, he'll take a mile. So first, for whatever reason, some say it was because he was withholding funds to the city, which he's doing anyway, Muriel Bowser agreed to get rid of the Black Lives Matter Plaza. That got dug up almost immediately after Donald Trump requested she do so. Supposedly some disgusting thing is supposed to go there, which I'm sure is going to be a homage to all things MAGA and white and great in America. But at any rate, she did that. Every single time he gets a chance, he blames all the ills of Washington, D.C. on Mayor Bowser. She sucks it up, goes to the next press conference, stands beside him as if nothing's happening. He insults her, she gives him some more, yada yada yada. So not only is this red carpet being rolled out for this monstrosity, but it's also, through the weight of a lot of the equipment that has to be brought in, it's going to tear up D.C. streets, and D.C. taxpayers are going to be left holding the bag for that. So, just so you're ready, if you are a D.C. resident, you might want to move now somewhere else, because in the coming years, you and your children will be paying for this parade at the tune of $45 to $50 million. We're not sure about the price tag yet. At any rate, and that's taxpayer dollars, by the way, all of ours. So once this happens, who's going to catch Trump's left ball? Because somebody's going to be there waiting. Oh, let me guess. Wes Moore, the first black governor of Maryland. He's just sitting there cheesing his ass off. He may as well join the cheese stand of grinning Negroes lined up to kiss the King Shitty Pants' ass, because he has said absolutely nothing since he has become governor to upset Donald Trump. That is to include any support of any organizations that are pro-democratic, that are pro-constitution, that are fighting for any rights other than those that are prescribed by MAGA. What I'm trying to say is, anyone who isn't Jewish now all of a sudden, or white, is not going through any type of human rights violations. They're not going through any civil rights violations. The only people that you are allowed to have sympathy for under the Trump administration is white people and Jewish people. Keep in mind, right, after Donald Trump was elected, There was a Tiki Torch March in Virginia where they said Jews will not replace us. Those same individuals were Trump supporters and white supremacists. There were good people on both sides. Remember that? Now, how can you be anti-Jew when you need people to vote for you, but you're pro-Jew when you need to, I don't know, out-racist everybody else? You know, because what is Jewish people now? The go-to, you know, the acceptable minority? You know, I don't understand that. All of a sudden, all this thing over anti-Semitism, when anti-black, anti-Latino, anti-LGBT, you know, that those sentiments have always been there. Those people have been attacked in the streets for years, lynched, killed by police officers. Oh, maybe on a New York subway, some white guy choked out a black guy and nobody did anything. But the guy that did it went to a football game with Donald Trump. Those people don't matter. All of a sudden, the only thing you can be to get any empathy from anyone legally, and anyone from the government, is Jewish or white. So let's get that straight right now. So, but I digress. If there are any decent black folks out there especially that see a problem with this, now it would be a good time to refer back to your history, talk to your elders, and have a deeper understanding of where we are at. For someone like Muriel Bowser to placate to Donald Trump, for black people to be afraid to speak out about racial discrimination, as if offending the sensibilities of white people somehow takes away from you as an individual. You are not required to justify your pain by placating to someone else's insensibility to your pain. And that's what it is. It's a failure to acknowledge the past. It's a failure to acknowledge the continuation of that past and the implementation of systematic racism in this country that has existed since its inception. If we look at this as if it's some kind of even trade and say, well, you know, she needed money for her district that she's still not going to get anyway. So she was between a rock and a hard place. It's not a rock and a hard place. There's always a choice. And history will define how each and every one of us chose to rise or chose to kneel. Not only is history watching, our children and grandchildren are watching. And everything you fail to do, you leave to be done by the next generations. And as a grown-ass man or woman, that's pretty fucking sorry if you don't do what you know you should do to keep your children and grandchildren from going through what you're going through right now. That's simple moral responsibility. Nothing else. If you can't do that, you have no business having children. So, that's my thought for today. It's the end of Memorial Day. Have a happy Tuesday. And in the words of Edward R. Murrow, good night and good luck.